Hello everyone, today we have new video review, and as you can see this time we are going to check fresh release from Eduard, and it copies 1/48 scale aircraft kit. As you can see, that's a Profipack edition, and this is a Focke-Wulf 190D-9 weight version, and it might be an interesting deviation from recent A series, which was completely retooled by Eduard. Now we have this kit which copies long nose version of this famous aircraft, and it has its own beauty, so now you have chance to copy it in 1/48 scale. This is a commercial sample, so it means you'll get exactly the same kit if you order it from official Eduard website, and now we will take a closer look. So as you can see, box size is typical for all Profipacks from Eduard. Here you can see comparison with my hand. We have this nice box art from the Mr. Stepanik. Then on the other side we have 5 marking options which are included into this kit. Here you can see them. Note that one is depicted with external fuel tank. And then from the other side we have some information about the kit, also this QR code for the kit info page, where you can also download the assembly manual, and also this address of the manufacturer if you would like to visit them. This is a top opening box, and meanwhile let me remind you that we are getting money for the new tripod. You can help us too by pressing the donate button on our website and choosing the amount you would like to send us via PayPal. So here is what we have inside. As you can see, several plastic bags. Of course, transparent sprue is packed into the separate plastic bag, and we'll check it in a second, so just give me a moment. This is a Ziploc bag, which obviously should protect all those clear parts from the possible damage. Now I will remove it and we will take a closer look at those parts. So here we have canopy parts only, and as you can notice, canopy can be depicted in open position. Obviously not all parts will be used, only the D9 version parts, so 3 slidable canopy parts will be left outside and can be used for your scratch building or for your future builds, but molding quality looks really great. I don't see any possible problems with this, so we can proceed to the gray plastic sprues. Here we have first pair of them, because they're separated into the several plastic bags, and let's open it. Just give me a second. Okay, so first of all, here we have the wing parts on this sprue. As you can see, parts division is typical. We have 2 top halves and also 1 bottom, which is also designed with section of the fuselage. Flaps are molded in, but as far as I remember, there is a separate PE set available which will help you drop them on your aircraft. We have separately molded ailerons. Recessed panel lines and riveting are just normal features, typical features for this manufacturer. Let me focus the camera so that you can see them closer. Here they are. Just a small reminder that this plastic is not completely new. It was released before. You can see it on scale mates, for example, the history of this kit, but it is still good. It's definitely not for beginners because of some interesting things, but I think if you have some experience you should be able to get nice result out of those parts. Next we have those fuselage halves. Both are molded together with tail segment, as you can see. We also have again recessed panel lines and riveting. Inside we don't have any guiding elements as far as you can see, so cockpit will help you with proper adjustment. We have only 1 pin here in the nose section, so I will focus the camera so that you can see it. Just give me a second. Now you should be able to see it, so here is this pin, and from the other side we can check the external detailing. Here you can see it, recessed panel lines, riveting, everything looks good, and with careful painting it will look even better. By the way, you might have noticed this small amount of plastic here. I think it will be quite easy to delete with sharp knife, nothing serious, but just for your notice. And then we have here another plastic sprue, and you might be surprised why we have another pair of the fuselage halves. Obviously one is dedicated to the later version and another one to the early version. We also have here wheel well parts, propeller, cowling parts, also some parts which will be visible through the wheel wells, because as you remember, On this aircraft they were not completely closed. Inside we have again one guiding element in the nose area, and that's pretty much all. So be sure to get the right alignment, because otherwise you will have some funny time with those parts. Next we have big frames. Those come in their own separate plastic bag, I would say. I can hear that some part is broken off the sprue, so just give me a second. We will open it and take a closer look. As far as you can see, that's a propeller hub. I will show it in a second. So here it is. This part broke off, nothing serious. As far as you can see, it is still intact, so no worries. And you can see that one more propeller hub broke off, so 2 in total. But they're completely fine, nothing, let's say, damaged, so they will be usable on your build. Here you can see also another frame. This one is dedicated to this exhaust stacks and some of the engine parts. As you remember, D version of this aircraft does not feature detailed engine. You will have to copy it by buying some aftermarket resin set, and Eduard does not make it, so you have to source from other manufacturers. But original out-of-the-box build won't have any engine detailing under the cowling. Then here we have another plastic sprue. This one is dedicated to interior parts, the ones which will be visible through the landing gear wheel wells. As you can see, a lot of tubes, and be careful while joining all those together in order to get the right fitment. So I will bring closer, for example, this part, so that you can see level of molding, or let's say quality, molding quality. Everything looks fine, just be sure to carefully separate all those parts in order to avoid some extra damage done to them. Next, and the last gray plastic sprue is this one. I will zoom out. Let's refocus the camera, now we should be able to see it. So here we have mix of internal and external parts. For example, this cockpit base obviously will be inside. Then we have separate ailerons, tail wings, which are molded together with elevators. Here we have external fuel tanks, landing gear wheels, 2 versions as far as I can see, and they're molded as one-piece parts. We also have landing gear legs, pilot seat, tail landing gear, dashboard here. By the way, note that as usual, Eduard gives 2 types of the dashboard. I'll bring it closer so that you can see it. So we have one with pre-molded radial dials and one plain for decals or P parts. It will be up to you which one you will use, but both look quite okay for out of the box build. Okay, and next we have on the bottom assembly manual, decals, masks, and P thread. Obviously I would like to check first typical Profipack bonuses. Here you can see the first one. This is a mask sheet which are pre-cut already, so you will be able to use them out of the box straight away without any extra operations. Then we have this plastic bag with small P thread. P thread is pre-painted, and as you can guess, it will be handy in the cockpit of the famous D9 aircraft. Here you can see it. As far as I can notice, Eduard applied here the dials finish. You can see it on the light. So you'll get really decent cockpit out of the box with original parts which are included inside. And next we have another plastic bag. This one is dedicated to decals. There are 2 decals sheets, so just give me a second to open them and we will take a closer look. Moment. Okay, so first of all we have the main decal sheet. This one is printed in Eduard, and note that this is a new decal sheet, so we have some corrected symbols because it was printed in 2018. We also get here decals for the cockpit and also those special spirals for the propeller hub. Next we have another decal sheet. This one carries stencils, and this one actually hints on the age of this kit. Here you can see 2011, so it's almost 8 years for this kit, but it's still good, and all those stencils, once you apply them on your aircraft, they will look quite nice. And the last thing which is included into the box is this assembly manual, which is printed in form of nice brochure. We have here short history, node and technical specifications on the first page. Then we have parts map, and note that only a few parts won't be used in the build, so quite an interesting, I would say. Then we go on with assembly of the cockpit. We proceed with the choice of the PE or plastic parts. Then here you build all the parts for the section which will be visible through the wheel wells. We continue with tail landing gear. Then we assemble the this wing section. Why I'm a bit surprised, because we can also open the gun bay on this model. It's quite unusual because new Focke-Wulf 190A series does not feature this thing. Here we join fuselage and wings together, install also ailerons, continue with tail wings and landing gear system. External armament or the fuel tanks will be attached on this step. And then we install the canopy. We also decide on open or closed cover of this gun section. And also here you can see the masks application guide. So as you can see, it will be used not only for the canopy parts, but it will be used also for the wheels and for this gun base, which can be opened on your model. Here is the first marking guide for the first marking option from Germany, February-April 1945. This one comes from May 1945. This one is from April 1st, 1945. Germany, May 1945. Again, Germany, May 1945. And as you can guess, on the last page we have the stenciling guide for this model. Do not forget to switch to 4K if you are trying to see everything in detail. It will help you. But in my opinion, even though this is not a completely new kit, still it is nice aircraft to copy, and there are not that many analogs on the market which will offer the same detailing out of the box. As usual, I will be happy to hear your opinion about this kit here in the comment section below. If you like this video, press the like button, subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can also find us on Instagram and Facebook. And I will see you in the next video review as usual. Bye.